extra time. It's not as easy for me to say that. I keep just going to say football feast extra time. That's not how it goes. Right, so today the old social media have picked us Brazil 2002 World Cup winning squad and the Spain 2002 World Cup winning squad.
2002.
2002, 2010.
I was going to say,
World Cup winning squad.
my team's 2010.
Imagine if they both won it in the same year. This is live. There will be a few mistakes. Right, so we'll just get into that one then. Later will be our unpopular opinions, which were very unpopular last week.
I think it's one more so than others.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think people need to understand the terminology of unpopular opinion.
That is true.
People didn't quite understand that.
No. The popular opinion. We were really quite boring. Anyway, right. Brazil 2002 World Cup winners versus the Spain 2010 World Cup winners. At least 5 from each team.
Yep.
I'll start with my goalkeeper this week.
Yeah.
Iker Casillas.
I think straight off the bat, it's got to be probably the best goalkeepers of all time.
Top 3, I would say, in the 100%. World, like ever of all time.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think there's many goalkeepers that come close.
And the amount he's won as well. I think he's literally won absolutely everything. I don't think there's nothing he hasn't won, obviously, apart from the tournaments he hasn't played in.
No, and I think like when people talk about like the rivalry between like Messi and Ronaldo and like the people in their positions, like you look at the goalkeepers that been around when like Casillas was like at the top of his game. When you've got like Manuel Neuer and you've got Buffon, and he was top. And there's some great goalkeepers. And I think that's just testament to how good of a goalkeeper that guy actually was.
I just think he's definitely top 3, I think, of ever from what I've seen. And he's just won absolutely everything. So what formation did you go?
I actually went 4-3-3 this time.
Oh, nice. Same as me.
Yeah. I think,
who was your right back?
My right back was Cafu.
Same. I think we might have just pretty much the same team. Cafu, probably the best right back of all time.
Yeah. I can't argue with that. And I don't think many people would. If you do argue with that, then it probably is going to be an unpopular opinion that you could probably leave in the comments below.
Yeah.
Cafu, yeah.
If anyone is
right back.
Anyone that watching does want to comment, feel free. We'll get you involved. But it's got to be Cafu, right back.
Yep.
Best right back in the world.
Can't argue.
Yeah. Left back?
Left back, I think. Left back picks itself. It's got to be Roberto Carlos. So
yeah. Again, probably top 3 in the world ever.
Yeah. 100%. Depends where you put Maldini. I only think Classy Maldini is a left back or centre back.
Yeah, if Classy Maldini is a left back, Carlos is the second best left back in the world. If you class him as a centre back, Carlos is the best left back, I think, ever.
So I don't know. I think you take his free kick away. I think Ashley Cole's up there. I really do.
There you go. Get your comments in for that one. Ashley Cole, Roberto Carlos. But for our Brazil 2002 World Cup winning squad,
it's going to be Roberto
2010, Roberto Carlos. I'll go with my 2 centre backs. This team's just absolutely insane.
Yeah, I've got a feeling our centre backs might differ like by 1. I think
I've got Sergio Ramos.
I've got Ramos. Yeah.
Because for me, in this era, he's been the best centre back. Like in this era by a mile. I can't think of anyone that has been better than Sergio Ramos in the last 15 years. 15 years.
I mean, once you surpass the great old age of like Maldini and Nesta and things like that, it's Ramos.
Hasn't he scored an insane amount of goals as well? I don't know actually how many he scored, but he has scored a ridiculous amount of goals for a centre back. A ridiculous amount of yellow and red cards as well, I think. But for me, Ramos, it has to be in there. And my other one, I've gone Spain again, and I've gone Puyol.
See, this is where me and you differed. I was going to put Poyle in there, but I actually went for PK.
Did you? What, you went PK over Poyle?
Yeah, I really like PK. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I like Poyle. The guy was an absolute monster player. Yeah, but I just quite liked the idea of PK and Ramos. So
yeah, fair. I just love Poyle. I think he was just a beast. And his whole mentality and his work rate and that was just can be beaten.
See, this is where I think I've. Did you go 4-3-3 as well?
I went 4-3-3.
Yeah, I've got a feeling we got the exact same
for a
forward three.
I think probably I haven't gone for a holding midfielder. So the way I was looking at it, I was like, I could put a proper holding midfielder in there, and I could put Busquets in. But there's no way I can leave these three out. So I just went for a flat three in the middle, and I went for Iniesta, Xavi, and someone I didn't know went to the 2002 World Cup with Brazil, Kaká.
Yeah, I've got two of those three.
Yeah, my midfield three: Kaká, Xavi, Iniesta. Who was yours?
See, I'm probably going to get hate for this.
Gilberto Silva or something.
I left Xavi out.
You left Xavi out?
For me, them Iniesta and Xavi, honestly, dream team together. For me, Iniesta was always better, personally, I thought.
I think he had more to his game, yeah.
Yeah.
All round.
Kaká, yeah, which obviously seeing on the team sheet, you can't leave a player like Kaká at your team. The guy was unbelievable. And it felt like he'd been around forever when I saw him in the Brazil 2002 team. I was like, when did that kid start? Jesus.
Yeah, I just want to point out this isn't not necessarily from the World Cups they played in. This is just their careers.
Yeah,
players that were in them squads.
So yeah, I left Xavi out because again I preferred Iniesta. Kaká, I couldn't leave him out. And the other centre mid I went for was Xabi Alonso.
You picked Xavi Alonso over Xavi.
Yeah. I was a big fan of Xabi Alonso. Going back to your unpopular opinion last week with Steven Gerrard, I thought Xabi Alonso was a much better centre midfielder. I think he was overlooked for the fact that he was playing next to Gerrard. And obviously everyone loved Gerrard. I think Xabi Alonso, he was such a talent, especially as that centre midfielder. And I took a punt and I've put Xabi Alonso in over Xavi.
Jesus, that is a big shout. I'm guessing our front three has to be the same.
Is it all Brazilian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yours Brazilian as well.
Yeah.
So my right winger is Rivaldo.
Yeah.
My left winger is Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
And my striker is Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. As soon as we got the thing saying Brazil, I was like, they're the free in straight away.
Honestly, it's Casillas and then I've done my three strikers. It was the midfield, obviously, that was the hardest. But, I kind of want to sound a bit contradictory here, but although I've put 6 Brazilians and 5 Spanish people, I actually want to put it out there that I personally think that the Spain team of 2010 is better than the Brazil team for 2002. All round, not just the first 11, all round with the squad depth and everything that you got in it. Like I said, I could have took out Ramos, PK, and I could have put in Poyle as well. There is that, and I missed out Xavi. I missed out Poyle. There's not really many more Brazilians I'm missing out.
No, I think they are. When I was looking at the squads, I must admit I thought Spain had the much better squad at that time. Because you've got players that you're leaving out like Fernando Torres, David Villa.
Yeah.
Juan Mata was there, wasn't he? Who else was there?
Well.
Yeah. And players like that. Is Jordi Alba in that squad? Jordi Alba was in the squad?
I can't actually remember if Jordi Alba was there or not.
Is he Spanish? I hope he is. Otherwise, I've just
He's Spanish.
But yeah, I think they had a much better squad, but the players, like the individual, like Cafu, Carlos, Rivaldo. That front three of Rivaldo, Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho. Like when people talk about what's the nicknames, MSN, whatever it is called. What's the Real Madrid one? BBC.
Wait, MSN, wasn't that Messi, Suarez, Neymar?
Yeah, and then Real Madrid had BBC, didn't they? Benzema, Bale, Cristiano.
I didn't hear that one.
I can't remember the names. And then there was like, yeah, you've had all these trio of players up front. Is there any better than that? Rivaldo, Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho.
Probably not. But I would love to see that three go up against Ramos, Puyol, Piqué, and it would have been Capdevila, wouldn't it?
That would be a hell of a match, like both in their prime. The 2010 Brazil squad and the 2010 Spain squad. I think Brazil would win because I think they've got more better players on the field. But as a whole, like you said, as a whole of a squad,
it's an interesting one. Because, like I said, I think I would be like that Brazil team is insane. But I do actually think if they went head to head both in their prime, I actually think Spain would win.
It's a shout.
I think they
right,
would.
so I'll just quickly go through mine then. So my Brazil 2002 World Cup winning squad and my Spain 2010 World Cup winning squad combined is Casillas in goal, Cafu right back, Carlos left back, with Ramos and Puyol as centre backs. Flat midfield three of Xavi, Iniesta, Kaká, maybe Kaká just in front of them too, with Rivaldo right, Ronaldinho left, and R9 through the middle.
It's a solid team.
It's actually a ridiculous team.
For mine, obviously not much different. Casillas at the back, Roberto Carlos left back, Cafu right back. Changed it up a little bit at centre backs. Got Piqué and Ramos this time. Centre mids, Iniesta and Kaká are also in there, but instead of Xavi, we got Xabi Alonso, and up top we got Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho.
It's got to be, ain't it? It's got to be. I might put that question out actually on socials. I can't actually think of a better front three. Like you could have said maybe Suarez, Messi, and Neymar. They were special.
That is probably your closest, isn't it? It's got to be.
You know what I really liked as a trio? Tevez, Rooney, and Ronaldo. At Man United. They were so good, all three of them. But like, you can't really say the PSG one, can you? Because they didn't really do anything when it was Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar.
No, they're all too greedy.
They didn't really.
Well, not so much Messi, but Mbappe and Neymar. Really. Mbappe. That's a whole different topic. My thoughts on Mbappe, but Mbappe and Neymar, like they both want to be the top star, don't they? And yeah, it doesn't work like that.
I think you'd have to put them up there. That might be a question. Maybe we'll do that next week. Top front three of all time. I'll have to do some proper searching. See if we can come up with some crazy ones. Because I bet you there's been loads like good before our time.
Yeah.
Right, that was our combined 11. Any other recommendations for our next one? Stick them in the old comments, and we will have a look through. See who gets the most votes, and we'll do them next week. It can be any team from any year. It can be just a team in general, international. And yeah, we'll pick the best ones or the ones that get the most votes, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Right. This last week, the old unpopular opinions. I upset a lot of Liverpool fans. This week, I think I'm going to upset a lot of Arsenal fans. And as we do the regular podcast, as I do the regular podcast with two Arsenal fans, I might get a bit of abuse next Tuesday when we do our live. But hear me out. I've written some stuff down as well to try and back my argument up here. The Arsenal Invincibles season is ridiculously overrated. Now, hear me out. 90 points they got. That's the 9th highest points in a season. 9th. They drew 12 times. They got to no other cup finals that season. They got knocked out of the FA Cup and the League Cup in the semis and the quarterfinals by Chelsea in the Champions League. Personally, I think Leicester winning the league is a much bigger achievement. I think the 100-point City team is a bigger achievement. United's treble winning season is a much better achievement. City's treble winning season is a much better achievement. Liverpool, during the old COVID season, 99 points they got. That's a better achievement for me. And Chelsea, 04-05 season, they got 95 points and only conceded 15 goals all season.
Yeah, that's insane.
For me, all of them are better achievements than Arsenal going invincible. Fair enough, they haven't lost a single game. They drew 12. They got to no other cup finals whatsoever.
Would you also say, like, and obviously I know they won the league, so I think, they've got a trophy at the end of it, but Chelsea under Mourinho, was it at home they hadn't lost in 80 odd matches, was it?
I can't remember what the exact thing, but I remember who beat them.
But would you say that is more of an achievement?
Wrong one.
Would you say that is more of an achievement than obviously the 50 game? Was it 49 Arsenal went?
Yeah.
I think Man United beat them, wasn't it? Didn't they?
No, it was I can't remember.
I thought it was Man United. So it would have been that. I'm sure it would have been Arsenal's 50th game. But I think Man United beat them. I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Feel free to tell me I'm wrong, anyone. But would you say that Chelsea going undefeated for like 80 odd games at home?
It was United, Andrew says.
Is more of an achievement.
Yeah, I would say so. But my whole thing, right, is it don't matter how many. So if they lost one game and they got 100 points, didn't draw half of them games, that's a better season for me. The season is literally how many points can you get? Batus 73 says, "Hi, I'm from Argentina."
Hi, Batus 73. Welcome.
What team do you support? We better not say anything about Messi either.
We was pro Messi earlier on, so
yeah. But for me, right, a league season is how many points you get. The whole aim of the thing is, otherwise, let's not do a point system. Let's just see who wins the most games, because you can win the most games and still lose. You can draw every single game and not.
You could draw every game,
win the league.
You get relegated. I doubt it. Very much doubt it.
I think you could. But
to be honest,
points, that's the 9th highest points total out of a Premier League season.
Yeah. I definitely agree with obviously the ones that you said being more of an achievement, especially obviously Leicester. I think what actually happened there is incredible. I don't think that's going to be replicated anytime soon. But yeah, I'm not actually going to disagree with you. I think obviously going unbeaten for a whole season and winning the league is a great achievement in itself.
Yeah, it's a hell of an achievement.
I think the way that they achieved it is very much, overrated.
Yeah, it's not like they've won every game and they've destroyed the league, battered everyone. It's not how it went down. They drew 12 times.
I think, as you're going through the season, it's kind of like, do you know when you kind of see City at their high? When Liverpool won the league, there was that kind of buzz around who the hell is going to beat this team? They're unstoppable this season. Was that, getting these results against Arsenal, like you said, 12 draws? There was obviously teams that were out there like, we can beat these, we can go and do these. Did they strike that same fear as, say, like City do these days, or Liverpool did when they won the league? No. Teams are actually going out there and they were getting them results.
Coming from Clark here about next week, little thing. Pick your international 11, but you can only pick one player from each country. Pretty good one.
Tough one.
I'll have to do some research for that one. But yeah, for me, it's just I don't know. I think it's just a bit overrated. The whole point of a season is to get as many points as you can. 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, none for a loss. If you get the most points, then
just got a comment from Andrew Hughes. Said that he wants to see the relegated Charlton and the relegated Sunderland combined. What I want to know is which relegated team
you've been relegated multiple times.
There's been several relegations in Charlton/Sunderland's history.
Just with that, I've got the whole of Sunderland, the history of Sunderland players to go through. To be fair, you had a pretty good team from when you got relegated, didn't you?
From the Premier. I think as soon as Alan Kirby left, I think it just went downhill, and I think that again that was just testament to the kind of manager he was. Kind of moving on from Alan Kirby, and he goes like Ian Dowie. It was never going to end well.
Yeah, it's a big blow. Right, your unpopular opinion. I want to hear this because you've been
with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say starting with me. You've already had yours. So I think obviously yours was the one that was probably the most unpopular last week. And to be fair, I think mine, is probably going to be this week. I'm going to go out there and say that Olivier Giroud is better than Karim Benzema.
Can you hear the crickets? There's crickets in the background.
Hear me out. So Benzema, he played for Real Madrid for the majority of his career. You play for Real Madrid, there's trophies in your cabinet at the end of it, no matter who you are. All right. No doubt in a few years' time, Bellingham, incredible player. He's going to rack up the trophies at Real Madrid just because they're just the team that draws trophies. All right. Other than that, what was he at before Real Madrid? Leon, was it? I think it was Leon.
Yeah, I think so.
Giroud, right? You go through Giroud. He won the trophy with Montpellier, the French league. He won the Europa League with Chelsea. He's won, was it 2 or 3 FA Cups with Arsenal, and I'm pretty sure he won one with Chelsea as well. He won the World Cup, probably scoring very important goals as well. He's always up there with getting them important goals. And I think he's just proved himself a lot more in different levels of the football stage, like different kind of countries. He's gone around and he's done it. He's done it on obviously the international level as well. I'm not saying Benzema hasn't. He has. But he's done it at Real Madrid. Giroud, he's done it in England. He's done it in France. He's doing it with AC Milan. Obviously, he's won a trophy with them as well. So he's been to Italy, he's been to France, he's been to England, he's won trophies everywhere he's been, and he's won the World Cup as well.
And he scored some.
And he's also France's all-time top goal scorer, surpassing Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think that's going to be for long. Like, obviously, I'm not a fan of Mbappe, but he's clearly going to smash that record. But at the minute, Giroud holds that top spot over Benzema. And
I read somewhere the other day, it was an unpopular opinion on TikTok, that Benzema is actually massively overrated. And I'm pretty sure he has only scored over 25 league goals once or twice in his career. Which, if that's true, that's a bit mad for being one of the best strikers in the world for the last 10 years. I know he was well overshadowed by Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, yeah. He wasn't even a striker when he turned up in Madrid and took his spot.
I mean, that's another thing. You look at the players that Benzema has had around him and the people, that can assist him as well. You look at the teams that Giroud played in. Montpellier.
He looks good for 64.
But the Arsenal team at the time Giroud was there, it wasn't incredible. And most strikers go to Chelsea and they flop. Giroud is one of the exceptions. He didn't, and he still excelled, and he still won trophies with that Chelsea team, and he still scored plenty of goals for that Chelsea team. And I think he's just such an underrated striker. And yeah, I do think he should go down as more of a France legend than Benzema as well.
Yeah, like you said, he did blackmail. What's his face? Who was it? The little fella's name. He was tiny, weren't he? I can't even remember his name now. And he got banned. Blackmailing his teammates.
I know I'm going to get a lot of people disagree.
Well, bueno, that's the one.
But yeah, no, my personal opinion is Giroud.
You know what? I don't think you'll get many. I don't think you'll get as many disagree with you as you think.
I know obviously a lot of people I think are going to turn up and they're going to throw the, Benzema as a Ballon d'Or winner, blah, 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 blah. Again, I think that's just, I'm not saying Giroud is overlooked in the sense that he should have won the Ballon d'Or, but I think his whole career, I think he's been overlooked by what a player he actually is and what he actually does for the teams that he plays for.
He has had a hell of a career. And like Clarky said, he is still going, still doing it at the top level, even now. Where Benzema he's in Saudi, ain't he?
Is he play for El?
Do they not want him as well? I'm sure Nuno is their manager, isn't he? Nuno Espirito Santo, whatever his name is, the former Wolves guy. He's the manager at the Saudi team now, and he has told the owner that he doesn't want Benzema there. He doesn't want him. He doesn't want to play him.
You seem to be on the fence now that Benzema's overrated.
I like Benzema. I think he's a hell of a player. But if it's true that he has only scored 25 goals in a season once or twice, he's got to be a bit overrated, isn't he? Like compared to maybe not Giroud. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I'd agree with that. Giroud is better than Benzema. But when people talk about him in the same way as they do Lewandowski, Harry Kane.
Yeah, he's not
like players like that, Suarez, Aguero. If you are going on that basis, he's probably not anywhere near them.
Well, like I said, when you look at the team he played for as well, he's like I said, he's been with Real Madrid for most of his career, and he's played alongside Bale and Ronaldo and that as well. Surely you'd think there's more goals in his locker if he's playing alongside those kind of that caliber of player.
But Ronaldo, probably for me, the greatest player since Diego Maradona, said that Benzema was his best teammate, and he scored so many more goals because of Benzema.
That's what I mean. Don't get me wrong. I'm not slating Benzema as a player at all. I think Benzema is a great player. But
I think Oliver Giroud is better.
I think I'd prefer Giroud personally.
We'll stick it on the old social media, see what everyone thinks.
Yeah, but that opinion is, that's not because I support Charlton. Just putting it out there. So,
you support Charlton. You should have said that. I would have listened.
Us lower league supporters, we do have an opinion on football. Just going back again from last week, it's such a ridiculous statement. When you do say things like that, you kind of make yourself look like a joke. We do have opinions. If anything, we're not looking at everything through rose-tinted glasses because we support a top 6 team. We don't know anything about the real struggles of football. There we go.
Clarky said, what did Benzema have on Ronaldo? Well, we've heard the rumours.
Andrew says tapes.
Tapes of what? What does Andrew know? But so that's the show today then. We'll be back next Thursday with a new combined 11. Or I do quite like Clarky's idea of picking an international team.
Yeah, I like that one. So if we don't get one better than that, then yeah, I'm happy to go with that. But we'll see. We'll put it out to the public.
And we'll be back with some more outrageous opinions.
So in the last 2 weeks, Gerrard is not in the top 10 English Premier League midfielders, and Giroud is better than Benzema.
Yeah. I like it.
Quickly,
Andrew said thoughts on Ronaldo maybe appearing on WWE. I did see this earlier.
I saw this, yeah.
Is that actually a real thing?
What's he going to do? Do you know what I think is going to happen? Right? They're saying like he's appearing on WWE. The chances are they're going to be popping over to Saudi Arabia again soon, which I'm pretty sure they are.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Ronaldo lives there, doesn't he? He's going to make an appearance.
Come out.
He'll make
smile
an appearance.
And wave.
Yeah, he's not going to come in. He's not going to drop kick anyone. He's not going to do.
He could be the new Randy Orton. He could be the punt man.
He's not going to do a flying suey off the top rope, is he? Like, yeah, it's. It comes.
Oh, there's one. Clarkey said, "I keep seeing this knocking around. Haaland is a great goal scorer, but not a great player." I had this argument with someone the other day, right, on TikTok, who was saying that Messi has to win the Ballon d'Or because he's a better football player.
Not.
And my thing is, right, how do you define a great player? Because a great striker scores goals. That's his job. And he does his job better than anyone else on the planet. And he's not there to take on 7 players and smash one in the top corner. That's not what he's there for. He's there to be in and around the box and score goals.
The thing is, with Haaland, you're not going to see him, like you said, you're not going to see him doing step overs and that. He's not going to, outpace someone. He's the kind of player, obviously, that's just going to shoulder barge him and just make him look silly. But when you see his movement off the ball and the areas that guy gets into, he just has it for a striker. He just knows exactly where to be.
I agree. He's not I agree he's not a great player in the likes of the way of Messi, Ronaldinho, Brazilian Ronaldo. They were great football players. Haaland is not a great football player, but neither is Lewandowski. Neither is Harry Kane. If you want to go and look at it like that, neither was like the likes of Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer. Thierry Henry was a great player, but he never got anywhere near the Alan Shearer record because Alan Shearer was better at scoring goals. So it all depends. Like, Haaland is a great player at what he does, and that's score goals.
Yeah, I agree.
Tom's just nodding.
No, I completely agree. I was waiting for something to pop up in the comments. But no, yeah, I completely agree. Haaland at the minute is the best striker on the planet. At the minute.
And I think he should win it. I think he should win the Ballon d'Or just because. Oh, Andrew's popped up. Wasn't Shearer in his league this whole career? I don't understand what that's got to do with the price of fish.
The thing is that when you compare the two that they've done like this year, Messi, he's won the World Cup. Fair play, he thoroughly deserved it. His actual league career throughout the last season, he's not got up to an awful lot. What did he score for PSG? He scored like 4-6 goals, something really little like that.
I think he had a poor season there. He done well in the World Cup, obviously. He did do really well in the World Cup.
He's won the World Cup. Fair play. Haaland's won the treble, and he's smashed records.
You're going to score a lot of goals in the Prem if you're in the Prem for 15 years. Only if you're good. There's been a lot of strikers that have been in the Premier League for 15 years that aren't very good and haven't scored many goals. I'm sticking up for Alan Shearer here with a Sunderland shirt on. As a goal scorer, as an actual goal scorer, there's no way anyone can tell me that Thierry Henry is a better goal scorer than Alan Shearer. I'm not having that. A much better player. 1,000%.
No, you can't be a better goal scorer than the person that holds the goal scoring record.
Yeah, 1,000%. And really, Aguero is the best striker that's ever played in the Premier League then because he's got the best goals per minute.
Clarkey said, if Haaland stays for 5 years, he'll do Shearer's record.
100%.
I think he will. However, I don't think he'll stay for 5 years. I know that's a big if, but yeah, I don't think he'll be here after another 2 seasons, if that.
I can't see it. I think the maybe win the Champions League again. They're definitely going to win the league again this year. It's getting a bit boring now, to be honest. And I hope he goes, because this fantasy Premier League is doing my nut in. All I want to do is take Haaland out, but I can't do it. I can't remove him from my team because it's Haaland. And I'm like, oh, he's had a bit.
You can't hate on him. You can't hate on him.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of weeks where he didn't look great the other day.
People have moments like it though. You know, no one's on it every game. You know, Ronaldo and Messi, they all have bad games. They all have bad runs. But at the end of the day, even at his worst, he still manages to find a way to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, Andrew says he'll leave when Pep does, probably.
Yeah, possibly.
When Pep becomes England manager. And Clarkey said Real Madrid, Bellingham, Haaland and Mbappe. That would just be complete football, really.
What about Vinny Jr.?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a bit mad, wouldn't it? Yeah, Mbappe one side, Vinny on the other, Haaland through the middle, Bellingham behind him. I always forget his name. Who's a Uruguayan fella that plays for them? Mine's gone blank. He's a great player.
I can't think.
No, my mind's gone blank. But right, that is a show for us. Valverde, that's the one. He was in there somewhere. I think he's really good. He's a top player. Right, back next Thursday. We've got the show on Tuesday night. Me, Baron and Andrew will be there. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of abuse of them for my unpopular opinion. Baron's going to shout at me probably.
It's going to be Baron's rant of the week.
Yeah, against me, which would be quite fun. Andrew is back with his FPL. Not sure what day, so I won't give you a day because it'll probably be wrong. But we will let you know on the old socials. Yeah, get involved, subscribe, and we will be back next Tuesday with the proper show. I wouldn't say it's a proper show. It's mugging this one off.
Yeah, that's not really a good selling point, is it?
With the proper show, with the proper hosts. Not this guy
really
sitting
not a good
there
selling point, is it?
in his... What's your thing? What's your shirt you got on?
Juve Stabia.
Yes.
Mystery kit. I think it's a Series C Italian league team. It's a tidy shirt, to be fair.
It's got nice. Right. Back next week. See you all then.
Ciao.
Peace.
Yeah. Football beast, this the Football Beast Extra podcast. Hey, Football Beast Extra podcast. Playing soccer, grabbing keys. Playing soccer, time to meet. Playing soccer, time to greet. They finna talk a lot, okay? Playing soccer, get the cleats. Playing soccer, let's get it. Playing soccer, let's go. Football podcast.